How do you love? And well, if you don't know already, it does not take much for my kids to persuade me to make a delicious meal for them. It is Isaac's birthday, it's coming up, and he's asked me to make his favorite meal, which is ceviche. So today the star of the show will be our Mexican ceviche. Everyone, all my friends who taste it, always ask me what my recipe is, so here it is, my recipe unveiled. So for today, we went to Costco and to El Super, so thank you Costco and El Super. And we will be using the shrimp. I bought these from Costco, the Kirkland brand, the 3140. And it is exactly 2 pounds. If you want to be extra fancy and have some extra shrimp in your ceviche, you're welcome to add 2 bags. Sometimes I do that. And to our ceviche, we will be adding 2 cucumbers and about 10 juices of lime. That's how you say it in English. And then a little handful of cilantro and about 4 tomatoes, 2 yellow jalapenos, half of 1 green jalapeno, 1 Anaheim chile just for texture. Sometimes I put jicama in there and chop it really finely, and that tastes amazing. Here is the famous yellow onion that I've been referencing in my other videos, and we'll be using 1 whole yellow onion. The first thing that we're gonna do, I have already defrosted my shrimp, and they've been defrosting for the past, it doesn't take that long, so for the past 5 hours or so. And now I'm gonna get this pot and I'm gonna fill it up to water up to here. I'm gonna put half of a jalapeno with the seeds and let the water and the jalapeno get to know each other, come to a boil. So that'll take not that long. Once it's been boiling for a little bit, I'll add salt and then I'll add my clean deveined shrimp into the water for about 3 minutes. So you can do it over the board so they can take.
I recommend like getting your cutter or like whatever you're using, a peeler. Maybe you're using a knife. I don't know. You gotta get like a sturdy grip. I grip it like this, or whatever works for you.
And you tilt it a little bit downward like this.
You could do that, but what I do is I just tilt the thing, the peeler. Yeah, I do it at like an angle so the blade can like pierce the skin of the cucumber. And then you gotta go down at a consistent way, and then you gotta try to make it look nice. So then I like to do it like kind of quick.
And this is Azel's first time peeling cucumbers, so he obviously learned his technique, his rhythm, because he is a creative cook and he's doing a great job. Thank you, Azel.
Okay, you're welcome.
Here I am just chopping all of the cucumber, and this is my technique to make the cucumber into smaller consistent pieces. With the stem,
yeah, I'm not good.
Yeah, you can just go like this, and then you go like that, and you're more gentle than anything. And if you hold this sturdy, then you won't end up breaking it, because Azel was like, I feel like I'm gonna break the cucumber. So here is my technique for chopping a tomato. You can do it whichever way works for you, whichever way is functional. But I start off by imagining that I'm gonna cut this into 4 equal pieces this way. Once I've achieved that, well, it turns out to be 5, and that's okay. I just go cut it like this, long ways. And rotate it. Okay, and that's how I achieve that fine cut of my tomato. So here is what my cucumber and tomato looks like. That's the fine chop that I prefer. Now, if you haven't noticed already, you'll notice that I was chopping the cucumber and the tomato separately, and that was intentional because the cucumber and the tomato, so here's a mom tip. The cucumber and the tomato release a lot of liquid, and so I want to be able to control the liquid that's going in. So actually, once I'm done chopping it in this container, I will be straining it to reduce the amount of liquid. That's just my preference. You can do it however you and your family prefer, because that's the point of this channel. You're a creative cook and you can adjust these recipes to however you feel your family will love them even more. Here is another top secret to the ceviche, to the amazing ceviche. The top secret is in this bowl. So I will unveil it now. So in this bowl, I have already pre-chopped my whole onion, my 2 yellow jalapenos, my green, half of a green jalapeno with the seeds in here. So that's been marinating in here with about 6 juices of a lime. And so when you bite into the ceviche and you bite the onion and you taste that zestiness, that's where it comes from. So this has actually been marinating in my fridge for the past 3 hours, and it's gonna give it an amazing flavor. Behind me, I have the water boiling that I mentioned earlier with the half of a jalapeno, and it is sitting there boiling it's been sitting there boiling for the past 20 minutes. And I'm now gonna add the shrimp. If you're like me and you're making this super quick, ideally I like to leave the ceviche sitting overnight so that it can absorb all of the juices of the lime and just taste super rich and amazing. And that's usually the way that I cook it when I take it to potlucks. But for today's purposes, my son wanted it today, so we're gonna make it happen in the next 2 or 3 hours. So the way to do that, to speed it up, depending on how you like to cook your shrimp, I like to cook it, like I mentioned before, boil it for 3 minutes in boiling water. And so I've done that. So now at this point that it's cooled and I've strained it, I am gonna go ahead and get it and just give it a rough chop. And when I give it a rough chop, I'm gonna put it directly into the lime with the onion mixture. Still not adding anything else. So let me show you. So this is 2 shrimp cut. So I gave that a rough chop, and I'm gonna put it directly in the lime. I'm going to do that to all of my shrimp. Here is what my ceviche looks like so far. So the benefit of giving your shrimp a rough chop, whether you're using 1 bag like I did today or 2 bags of shrimp, 2 reasons. The first reason is that it allows for the lime to absorb into the shrimp much more quickly because the pieces are smaller. And the second reason is because you're able to get a piece of the shrimp and of all the flavors and all of the different ingredients in every bite. So as this shrimp is getting to know the onion, the jalapenos, the lime, these delicious ingredients, I am going to help the process by adding the 1 seasoning that I will be adding to this ceviche: salt. And you can add salt to your preference. I'm adding salt right now, considering that I'm going to be adding more ingredients. If I feel like I need more lime, I will adjust it. At this point, I've added 9 limes, medium to small limes, the juice of 9 limes. And so I'm gonna let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes and let all those flavors get to know each other. And then I will be adding the next set of ingredients. So now I've strained my cucumbers and tomatoes. I chopped 2 tomatoes in here, and I already added a little bit of cilantro into my shrimp mixture, and I've been letting this sit for about 15 minutes so that the flavors can get to know each other. So now I'm gonna add my strained cucumbers and tomatoes. And depending on your ratio preference of vegetables to shrimp, you can adjust this recipe. I also sometimes like to add avocado and jicama. But today, this is all I had in my fridge, so this is what we're doing. If you feel like it needs more color of the cilantro, you can tell when it needs more after you've mixed it well. My favorite way to enjoy my ceviche is with crackers. Comment down below and tell me what's your favorite way. I'm gonna be honest, today was the first time that I put the Anaheim chile, and I was just adding it because it was in my fridge and because I wanted the extra crunch. Usually I for sure add the jicama. Sometimes I get creative and I add mango, like really small diced mango that is not the soft one, not the mature one, not that one, but the one that's still on the harder side. I chop it finely and put it in there, and my family really loves that as well. So this is my finished product. And if you like to add different types of meats, different types of fishes, octopus, whatever you like to add, then feel free to do so. And remember, if it brings your family together, like it is going to bring mine today, by celebrating my son's birthday with this delicious meal, it's worth it. All the hard work is worth it. Let me give you a close-up of what this amazing ceviche looks like. Here is a close-up. And look at all those vegetables. And look at the ratio of the shrimp and the veggies. And you can make this in a tostada, on a tostada, eat it with chips, any way you'd like.